We can't hear it.
No?
Cyrus, only you can hear it. We can't hear it.
Am I jamming on my own?
He's
Yes, you
bumping his
are.
head on his own, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Collected has gone overboard.
Oh God.
Well, you're on another ship, and we're on another ship. We're watching.
Can you hear it now?
No. Yay!
Start with a mic and a phone. You don't have to be a broadcaster. Come join us. We'll show you how to be a podcaster. Stories to tell, ideas to master. Your voice will be heard and you'll grow even faster.
Woo! Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining another episode of Spotlight. Tonight, we have the pleasure of being joined by Calm from Calm Down, Hurry Up.
Hello, everybody.
Sean Michael from Inner Potential Activator. His website is seanmichael.link. This guy simplifies everything. I love that. Zara Camp from ZaraPod and also from Whisperboy. She's the collaborative director. And my name is Cyrus. I'm the proud CEO of Wendy Juno and the creator of Whisperboy.com. Tonight, we're here to talk about how to make a business owner's life a little bit easier, right? It's not easy to be a business owner, especially after COVID. So 10 ways podcasting makes a business owner's job easy and stress-free. We're going to go through the list in detail. So first, I'm going to start with our collaborative director, Zara Pod, and she's going to introduce to you who else is on the show. So Zara, please take it away.
Hi guys, so I'm Zara Camp I'm the founder of Real Talk Reclaimed, and I'm also the founder of I'm also the founder of ZaraPod. I have worked now with Cyrus for around 2 months, and I am the collaborative director. So what I do is I come on with Cyrus and we speak to incredible people. Today we have with us 2 incredible people. I'm going to pass the mic on to Mr. Sean. The mic is yours.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sean Michael. I go by the title Identity Disruptor and Inner Potential Activator. I'm all about helping you unlock the potential that's already inside you, to chase away the imposter monster, or at least how to tame him, and own the confidence that you were born with so that your internal stability matches your external results. Thanks a lot.
That's amazing. Zara, back to you.
Hello again. So we have I've been put into LinkedIn jail apparently. Thank you for that, Sean. I appreciate it. I was reading how to get out. I'm not in the jail yet. But we also have with us a very interesting individual, and he's normally on any Osang's lives. So we have him with us today. I'm going to pass the mic on to him. You may speak.
Hello. Thank you very much for introducing me, Zara. My name is Calm. As not everybody would know that, but my first name was Michael. My other name was Malcolm. It's an amalgamation of Malcolm and Michael, and then you get Calm. So you can always use AI to figure that one out. I'm here because I'm interested in many things, but mostly I'm interested in the intellect that both um, Cyrus, Zara, and Shawn Michael bring together. I love listening to them. I listen to them often. They're often on LinkedIn, and really they have a lot of great things to say, and I'm always intrigued by their knowledge, and I love asking a bunch of questions and throwing it at them so that they can make me understand what I am not understanding about myself and about the universe at large. So I'm a lifetime learner, and that is what I bring to the table. It's basically a bunch of questions, sometimes some very astute questions which bother me, but I try my best to make sure that it's a little bit entertaining, so that at least for your sake, it is well worth watching. Thank you. Now it's back to you, Zara. Sorry about that.
Not to worry at all. So we're going back to Cyrus, the founder of Whisper Boy, and also Mr. Spotlight himself. So Cyrus, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much, Zara. Thank you so much, Shawn, and thank you so much, Calm. I think it's fair to say tonight we have cool, calm, and collected together, Zara, Shawn, and Calm. So it's a pleasure to be here. Rhoda Anubaye. I hope, I pronounced that name correctly. If I didn't, please forgive me. Rhoda, thank you so much for watching the show. Rhoda says, hello, watching from Lagos, Nigeria. It's a pleasure to have you, Rhoda. Thank you so much for joining us. Is it easy to be a business owner? The short answer is no, and the long answer is also no. To be honest, it's not easy to be a business owner. Zara, as an example, she's a teacher, she's a business owner, and also she's a collaborative director. It's not easy to get all of these roles, have all of these roles aligned, and sometimes 24 hours a day is not enough. I think that's the reason why some CEOs wake up an hour early to have a day of 25 hours long. I'm joking. It's not. It's technically impossible. It's impossible. So what I was going to say is let's go through the list that I've actually put together and find out what is it that is annoying business owners and CEOs, and how a podcast can help them. Right. So we're gonna go through the list of 10 ways podcasting makes a business owner's job easy and stress-free. By the way, if you are new to the show, remember, you have been watching us for a few minutes. You're not new to the show anymore. You have been watching it for a while, right? Especially people who have been communicating with us through emails, info@whisperboy.com. Thank you so much for sending your answers, sending your questions. We will be sending you answers. Both me and Zara will be sending the answers to you soon. The first one that CEOs and business owners complain about is we are struggling to be seen as an authority. So first you need to be seen, then be seen as an authority. Okay, so if you've done stage 1, congratulations and well done to you. It's not easy. It is very difficult, but it is difficult when you've not done it. After a few weeks or a few months of working on your search engine optimization, on your podcast creation, right? If you've done it yourself, well done. If you're getting someone like Zara Camp to do it for you, well done again. Or if you're using a coach like Shawn, well done. Or if you're asking questions like Calm asks sometimes. He asks and answers questions that are really awkward for a business, and not many people ask them. So he's very analytical in his approach, and that is one of the many reasons why he's on the show tonight, and for the future episodes to come. So We will definitely be using Sean's expertise, Zara's expertise, and Calm's expertise, and I will be sharing with you guys as well. So, so CEOs know their field but lack recognition. Guys, don't expect too much in this market, right? Being a business owner is a thankless job, isn't it? Sometimes it's like raising a kid. You do all the right things, you still get the wrong outcomes, right? Things can get derailed. Sean has a son, and he knows what I mean, right? So it's not easy, right? Now, if you're after recognition, remember you have to work for a long while before the market says thank you to you, or before the market recognizes you. Podcasting, however, lets a CEO share their insights and stories, positioning them as a trusted thought leader. Right? First, you need to become a leader. First, you need to be seen. Then, be recognized as a leader in the industry that you are in. Then, after that, you will become a thought leader, and you will be recognized as a coach, like Sean has been recognized as a thought leader. So remember, a podcast can help you resolve that issue of struggling to be seen as an authority. First, you need to be seen, and the podcast helps you with that. You need to be seen, you need to be heard first. Number 2, brand feels cold and distant. That's what CEOs are telling us. Our brand, sometimes business owners a business owner told us today, she said to us, I am on multiple platforms. I have been doing everything I'm supposed to do, but I'm still not seeing the results. Okay, I joined this platform, I joined that platform. The brand still is kind of lifeless. I'm not out there. Eyeballs don't meet my brand. So, logos, websites, and ads don't always show the human side of your business, right? You need to show the human side of your business. People don't communicate with logos. So please don't expect your logo, which is a lifeless thing, to be communicating with your customers. Your customers connect with you. Talk to them, right? Talk to your customers. When you talk to your customers, when you talk to your community replies to you, right? Give them some love, they will give you some love back. What is it you want from them? Attention? Go ahead, give them attention. Do you want reciprocity from them? Give them something. Do you want them to... so there's an old rule in business which says, there's an old law in business which says, if you give people what they need, they will give you what you want. Think about it for a second, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to jump in there.
Yeah, please go ahead.
That reminds me of a saying in the Bible, do unto others as you want done unto yourself. It's kind of like a direct quote, almost, though it's a little bit different, but still, that's where it seems to be coming from. And that makes a lot of sense to me now that you say that. Also, I was actually thinking about what you were talking about on the first part, where you're talking about struggling to be seen as an authority, being a CEO. And I was wondering to myself, because there was a conversation that I was listening to or engaged in last week, regarding confidence, and the lack of confidence of a leader or a CEO, even though they're confident in their work, they're very extremely confident and knowledgeable in their work. Their presentation or the way in which they give themselves off lacks a bit of confidence, which can relate to, which can, I think, directly correlate with the struggle that they are having in terms of being seen as an authority figure. What do you say about that?
In terms of authority, um, it takes a while, right? It takes a while. It doesn't happen overnight, but you definitely need it, right? You definitely need it because if you can become the authority in your field, you will get more trust. When you get more trust, your conversion rates for your business will go higher, right? It's not about who sells the most, right? I understand that is a desirable outcome, yes, but when you achieve that position of authority, it doesn't matter. 1 month you sell 5,000 units, and the next month you sell 4,000 units. You will capture and you will captivate the hearts and minds of your community, right? Once you achieve that level, then you will feel safer, and your business will be safer. Thank you so much for your insight that you provided as well, Calm. Now, moving on to the to number 2 that we were discussing. So brand feels cold and distance. Okay, so guys, remember, the CEO's voice on a podcast humanizes the brand, making it warm and trustworthy. People, I mean, you don't trust the logo, would you? We don't buy from a logo. We buy from the brand. Well, Sean, what did you want to add? Please go ahead.
I was going to say on authority, it's not simply something that you earn or people hand to you. You have to start by embodying it. If you don't own the authority internally, it doesn't matter what the title or awards or none of that matters if you're not owning it. Because if you're not, then it will bleed out in your speaking. If you're owning it, if you like, okay, I'm an authority, I know this stuff, then people will hear it automatically in your voice and they'll begin to trust you. You're right. It does take time to be seen as the authority, but you got to start right inside yourself.
Now, Sean, I have a question for you, but after this question, I'm going to go to Zara. So my question to you is, the moment you came on NEO Songs show, like last year when I met you, I felt your presence, right? I felt that the authority was there. It's like something that was I'm not, maybe I should use the word charisma, but it's beyond that, because charisma is just the way you present the business. But in your field, you trust it. How long did it take you to be where you are now? I know about your courses. I've listened to your work, and authority is there. How long did it take you to get where you are?
Well, I started my journey over 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I let my own imposter thoughts derail me for 7 years.
Oh, no.
I came back because the call on my heart of this is what I'm meant to do, this is what I'm supposed to do, brought me back 2 years ago. And I actually attended a conference that caused, triggered a shift in me. My wife and I were just talking about this today. It was like step one of the shift. But also there were other shifts along the way. It's a process, right? But the key thing is once I started owning it, and I think launching my podcast really threw gas on the fire for that.
Are you satisfied with the outcomes you're achieving now?
Overall, yes. I would, I'm on a mission with a few different angles to that. Yeah. So that drives me. So, getting the right engagement, or, I don't get caught up in how many likes I got or how many podcast downloads. It's important to know, and I use it as a metrics to say, oh, that topic really resonated, or this one not so much. So I use it to gauge what I'm sending out, but I don't let it drive me. Like, because sometimes you put content out, podcast or otherwise,
Yeah.
and it falls on dead ears, and you could let that go. Well, I can't do this. But
Yeah.
I'm not there. This is, I use it as a metric to say, okay, these are the topics that are resonating with the audience.
Yeah. So, thank you so much, Sean. One of the individuals who's helped Whisperboy gain more authority in the field of podcasting is Zara Camp. So, Zara, how do you feel, or should I say, what do you think? Or maybe I should change the question and ask you, what are the things that creates that authority in the heart and minds of the customers or listeners when it comes to running a business? Is it the podcast that you have to create, or is it the content you have to create? Is it hard work? Is it having friends in the field? I don't know. What is it in your view?
I think it's building the authenticity, the relationships that you have with the businesses. Because, for example, today we went to Amino's Cafe, and it started off with a friendship, actually, brand new place in Kettering, going to the business owner and recommending and saying, for example, so this is what I do. And as everyone knows by now, you should know this, Google who is Zara Camp. And what I tend to do is instead of approaching businesses and saying to them, well, this is what I have, what I do is ask them who they are, what they do, what they really, really do. The best thing is to be authentic. The worst thing you can do is approach a business and say, I can help you grow, without really understanding what growth that they need themselves. So it's very important before you, for example, people use the term networking, right? We go out, we network, we meet people, we go on a coffee dates, let's just say. Now, there's a difference between friendships and networking. When you build a friend, you build a customer, that customer, so the friends begins first, so authentic with people, then you build a friendship, then they become the customer, and it's easier to speak to the customer or the business once that person understands that you are after helping them rather than just taking from them. So it is about the connection. When you are building content, you have to know what your customer or what the business needs, what the B2B business needs. There is no point creating content because you like it. And I've had to change a lot of things because I'll say, no, I really like this, so let me keep it. And that's not taking into account my friend or, my customer. That's taking into account myself. So understanding the businesses that you're working with by building the authenticity to understand it is their business. Yes, you're there to help support them. You're there to help them grow. But at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with you, but how you introduce yourself.
So basically, what you're trying to say is you make friends with them,
yes,
and help them, and that creates authority in the market. Thank you. And what do you think of this famous quote, which goes, "It's easier to make a friend out of a customer than it is to make a customer out of a friend."
You want me to explain what the quote means?
No. I mean, do you agree? Do you agree with that?
It's easier to make a customer out of a friend.
Mm-hmm. No. It's easier. It's easier to make a friend out of a customer than it is to make a customer out of a friend, because it's difficult to sometimes to sell to your friends. They're like, oh, I don't need the product, or I don't need to become a podcaster or whatever. But however, you can make friends with people you have sold to and you have helped in the past. And because I think they trust you on a different level, and you will have more authority amongst your customers than you have amongst your friends, because sometimes your friends don't take you seriously and they are aware of your different so they are more aware of the ins and outs of your life than a customer, right? So in my view, it is possible, and it is
But
So let me put it in a different way. So in my view, it is it makes sense to hypothesize that making friends with your customers is easier than making customers out of your friends, because they don't always feel like
yeah,
Zara. Yeah, she's my mate, but she's my friend. But I don't think I need her product. But when you talk to a business like you always do, that person and you put them in touch with me, or you do the pitching yourself, and you bring the customer in out to the business. They trust you. They constantly ask you questions, and that, I suppose, that is one of the reasons why that puts you in a position of authority in the market, at least in the town that you live, and with the with the market that you're actually pitching the business to. And I'm inviting all the CEOs, all the business owners out there to contact Zara Camp and either get her to help them achieve their goals with the podcasts that she creates, or learn from her and use her coaching services, because she's quite an astute podcast coach. Thank you so much, Zara. So the next point I wanted to bring to our attention is number 3. CEOs sometimes tell us limited visibility is killing our business, right? So limited visibility beyond local markets. Sometimes they say we don't have visibility. Sometimes business owners say, yeah, we do have business. We do get customers. We do have a viable business locally. But how can I live in England as an example. How can I get customers in Guatemala, right? So remember, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So you can have a lot of knowledge, but if you have a friend in Guatemala, just like we do, we have Sean Michael there as an example. Or if Sean needs help with some sort of business expansion in Victorville, California, he can contact Calm. Or if Calm needs help with expanding in Kettering, he will contact in the United Kingdom. He will contact
the Middle
Zara.
East, Saudi
Middle
Arabia,
East.
Oman, Kuwait, Qatar,
Yes.
Bahrain, Tabuk, all the Middle East, and Kettering is just where I am now.
Absolutely. And you forgot to say Spain.
Spain, Brazil, South Africa, Kenya, Portugal, and what was the other one? France.
France as well. So can you see we have like connections all around the world, and that's what makes us an international business, not the knowledge that we have. Please remember, who you know is more important than what you know, right? We know a lot of economics teachers in universities, but they know economy, or a lot of MBA teachers, they know how to teach business, but do they have a successful business as well? I don't think so, not necessarily. So if knowledge was enough for having a viable business, all university business teachers would be successful business individuals, right? So with all due respect for all of those amazing university teachers, the point I'm trying to drive at here is that knowledge is not enough. You have to apply. So if I buy Sean's book and read it 10 times, then that means Sean has given me the knowledge. But if I don't apply it, it's pointless. If I don't go to Zara and say, Zara, I have the knowledge, but I wobble sometimes in podcasting. How should I resolve that? And then she will point you in the right direction. If I go to Zara and say, Zara, I have the knowledge, I have the enthusiasm, but I'm not really familiar with the tech. How can you help me? Then she will point you in the right direction, right? So now, how can podcasting resolve that? Item number 3, limited visibility beyond local markets. Relying only on local markets caps growth. So you will be limited to Guatemala, Sean, if you just stick to Guatemala, right? You will be Victorville, California, Calm, if you just limit and curb or cap your operations to that area. And if Zara was just limiting, I mean, it's to do with mentality as well. Zara thinks internationally. That's the reason why she's collaborating with us, and we are collaborating with her, because if you want to go international, I'm insisting on this point. You want to talk to her, because she will show you how to get someone from Middle East to join your business in Argentina. She's talented like that. That's her talent. We all have.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, please go ahead.
What's your question for Zara?
Yeah.
Zara, is it possible you can fit in my pocket when I travel?
That's so funny.
She's great. I mean, that's what I want to do. Let's put her in my pocket and let's go. Let's go.
No.
That question nearly killed me off. Okay, so
Okay.
So now, thank you, Calm. Guys, can you see why we have these people on the show? They have amazing humor. They have the knowledge. They have the practical advice, just like Sean does as well. So we are blessed with these people. I'm grateful. And all the amazing people who are watching us on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, I am aware of your presence. I do apologize if I have not acknowledged you so far, but I am hereby acknowledging you. Thanks for joining us from YouTube. Thanks for watching the show on LinkedIn, and thank you so much for watching us on Facebook. We are also present on Readers TV, our amazing sponsor. So, okay. So now, yes, that's right. Okay. So thank you so much for your amazing comments as well on all these three platforms. So, so please remember, relying on local markets caps growth. Podcasts distribute globally on Spotify, on Apple, just like Zara does, and YouTube. Expanding reach to customers worldwide. Please do not limit, please do not think locally. So our approach at Whisperboy is let me put that on the screen. All right. So our approach at Whisperboy is global business methods. So basically, we are active locally, but we think globally, right? So that's global. So you can be local and you can think globally, right? So that's the best approach in what you do, because you never know. Your next customer could be from France when you live in Argentina, or your next customer could be from Guatemala if you are in the UK, right? So number 4, poor online search performance. Some customers, some CEOs tell us poor online search performance is something we are suffering with. Many websites don't rank well on Google and remain invisible online. How can a podcast help you resolve that issue? Podcast episodes create keyword-rich content, boosting SEO and online discoverability, right? So Zara, please expand for 30 seconds. Please expand on this for us. This is your area of expertise. This is your jam. Please go ahead.
Okay, so when you're thinking of poor online search performance, many websites, they don't rank well on Google and remain invisible online because many websites are only using one platform or one medium to not distribute, but put it into one place, their business. Now, how podcasts improve this is because when you podcast, you are taking the podcast, you are repurposing it, you are using hashtags, you're using Google friendly words in order for you to be noticed or picked up by the SEO. So the reason that when you have a podcast, let's say you have a brand and you come onto podcasting and you want your brand to reach a specific region, I guess, what you need to do is repurpose. Don't just say I have a website and I'm doing well, because you're not really doing well if all you're doing is staying in the past. We live in a time where everything is moving, and what we have to do is move with that time. So guys, repurposing, don't just stick to websites. Try and go elsewhere, repurpose everywhere you can think of, and find us, because podcasters, they repurpose your content all over the shop, basically.
Thank you so much. When a business person comes to you, Zara, how do you help them with poor online search performance? Because almost everyone suffers with that, right? Because before you get used to it, the SEO rules and algorithms change, and there are a lot of people who like, oh, we want to break the code, and we want to unlock the code, or figure out how the search engine optimization happens. But before, so they learn it, then overnight, the search engine rules change. How can they resolve that issue?
Come and find us.
I love that answer.
I'm not giving you the secrets, but no, there is a trick to it, and once you understand the trick, then everything else becomes easy. So find your door, find us, find your key, find your door, find us, and we'll show you how, because it does change. I think it took me, Cyrus, the first time you Googled me, it came up with absolutely nothing. And after, I think it took a month, now you Google me and it's got everything that I do, not just the podcasting part.
You listened. Listen, you are teachable. Okay? So a business owner needs to be teachable, right? You listened and you applied, implemented, right? So when I go to Calm and I have a discussion with him, then he tells me. So regarding the story that I wrote 2 years ago, the tale of Bonovinote, Calm took. Okay, let me let Calm say it himself. I think that would be easy to hear it from the horse's mouth. Please go ahead.
Well, Calm, Cyrus, that was a wonderful story. It was very phenomenal, and as a result, you're phenomenal too, because of the fact that it is phenomenal. So it's just goes around and around and around. I thought, wow, this is just fantastic. What a brilliant mind Cyrus has. But on top of that, you mentioned something like heart and mind being something that you need to have together, to be utterly, to be authentic. I think it was point number one that you were referring to. Without resonating your heart and your mind, the authenticity doesn't come out properly, and it needs to do that. And that is something that you had. Can you tell me how that applies to the story that you had written? Because I think there is a connection.
Absolutely. The story that I wrote the story
for Bonovenito, the wine.
Bonovinote. Yeah. So
sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So Bonovinote, the story that I wrote was to create a story behind the brand, because storytelling brands sell better, right? So if you can tell it, it's a story. If you can tell it, you can sell it, right? So there was something that rhymed, that Sean said the other day about, was it story? Oh, telling is selling. I think that's what you mentioned the other day, Sean, wasn't it? That's something that you mentioned.
Words tell, stories sell.
Yes, that's the one. Words tell, stories sell, right? Thank you so much. So basically, to answer your question, Calm, the idea behind the story was I felt like my products the wine product was soulless, and if it's soulless, you can't create. You can't basically create authority.
If it's soulless, it doesn't come alive. The customer will not feel it.
Yeah.
Because you need to create a connection, and the only way you can create a connection is through a human process. That human process is by telling the story. That story is what you did. You're the mind behind that. I know that.
Thank you.
And the reason why you did it, because I didn't understand. I was like, what the hell is this guy thinking doing it? But when you explained it, I was like, wow, that is just marvelous. And then now, this thing about Shawn Michael, can you reiterate that quote that you just said?
Words tell, stories sell. As Cyrus was mentioning at the top, right? Brands, logos, websites. People don't do business with you because you have the most beautiful website or the most amazing logo. They do business with the face, right? They do business with the person, right? They trust. And the magic is when you have that authority and you have their trust, you could move to a new business line. It doesn't matter. Like, you will have a loyal audience that will, whatever you're offering, they'll be like, oh, Sean's got something new. Oh, I gotta see what Sean's got, man. Because I want to get it. Whatever Sean does, I want it. So that's the power in building this authority and trust and using stories to convey your message, because people will start to recognize story is something that has existed in humankind as long as there's been humankind. And it's still as powerful today on this online AI-enabled world as it was 500 years ago when, people were shepherds.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And that is why when I look at that story, the Bonaventure story, yes, I get the story. Now I have a connection. Now it's actually embedded in me, in my spirit, in my bones. I love, and it's a nice feeling. I love it. So when Cyrus comes to me and he says, "Hey, we've got a new line of wine here, a Bonaventure wine," I'm not going to say no. I don't want to try it.
No, honestly, you're already emotionally.
Yeah,
you're already emotionally connected with it. Yeah,
exactly. And that means that with that brand, when I see that brand, what am I thinking? Cyrus. And my emotions are just, when I think of Cyrus, I just go, my emotions go off the roof. Hey,
yeah, because you found out. No, listen, Khan, you said to me, the story resonated with you for a few reasons. So one of them was it was anti-misogyny, it was anti-racism, it was anti-ageism,
it was all in line with my truths.
Universal truths.
The universal truths that I follow, and the universal truths and that is why it's that particular character. That's why we're connected. It's because your universal truths align with my universal truths. That being the case, if other people who have the same universal truths are also in some way or another, or shape or form, are also going to align with that and are going to purchase that. And in history, a lot of people have gone down that road. They just don't go and buy anything. No, if the store owner or the person who's producing the products, their values align with them, and you tell it through a story. However, you make the hook. However, because the story is the hook.
The book is the hook.
Yes, there you go.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I love it. That's why I'm very much really into. Where's the damn bloody wine? Come on.
It will soon come into fruition, and that's what we are working on. with the manufacturers. So you'll be the first one to have one of those
I am
bottles.
so impatient. Like one of your, like one of your characters. One of your characters in there. It was so impatient about wanting the wine and being able to do the things that he wanted to do. I'm just as impatient as that. I am not as evil as him, but I am. As
Are you gonna have 3 sips and tell the world the magic spell as well?
Yes. Yes.
What was
I
it?
will.
Gold, silver, copper, and what?
No, it was
Fire is hot. No, fire is cold and ice is hot.
no. It was what was
I'm
it again?
dyslexic. Leave me alone.
Is it was it was copper, iron, silver, gold, ice is hot and fire is cold. And then they would have, after saying that spell, they would have 3 sips. Then the magic happens and all of their dreams come true. And whatever they hate or they have a problem against disappears from their timeline. And then the story is a good one. That's what I hear. The story is a good one. Please go to bonovinote.com. I'm going to type it for you guys. Bonovinote.
And while you're typing that, Cyrus, I would
Yeah,
add, many people believe logic drives our decision.
Yeah.
People who are awake know emotion drives decisions, right?
Yeah.
People buy on emotion and then they justify with the logic. So logic is second. How do you drive emotion? Story drives emotion.
I think that's your answer. Carl. because I tried like a headless chicken for 15 minutes, and then Sean came along and was like, you know what, guys, calm down. I'm gonna give you the answer. One sentence. That's it.
Cyrus,
That's the magic.
Sean. Sorry, Cyrus. Sean was only supposed to be with us for an hour. So can we give him the 3 minutes that he needs
Absolutely.
to speak about what he does, and then we can continue. So
Absolutely.
Sean,
Sean,
the
please go
floor
ahead.
is yours for 3 minutes.
All right. Well, at Cyrus's request, I put something together about the topic. And then I got a little blurb about what I do and how I help people.
That's amazing. Thank you.
If a CEO was to ask me, why should I start a podcast? Here's my answer, I would say. Because it will solve problems your title cannot. As Cyrus mentioned at the top, many CEOs know what they're doing. They know their company, they know their products, they know their services, and they struggle to be seen as that authority in their area. A podcast can position you as a trusted voice and not just some hidden operator. As we said, logos, ads, websites, they're cold. They have no soul. But putting your voice out there like we're doing right now, and it's funny, a lot of times people call these lives podcasts. They're a little different in my book, but same. It makes you human, right? You see me. You see my lips moving when I say the words, even if they're Arabic, which I know like a dozen things in Arabic. It makes your brand human. It humanizes your brand, right? Why was Apple so successful? Because Steve Jobs got up there and spoke over and over and over and over. A podcast is a powerful way to put your voice in people's ears every day, every week, etc. And as we said, right, it lets you have your local touch, but with a global reach, right? Podcasts are international. I know my own podcast. I've got listeners in Zimbabwe and Bahrain and Emirates. Like, they're everywhere. Pakistan. I've got listeners everywhere that I'm reaching. Japan, etc. So by publishing on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, you're not limited to your local market. You get to reach a global audience. There's a hidden bonus, though, that many will overlook. Every episode builds more of your online presence. I have heard story after story that people got contacted from a podcast they recorded 4 years prior. It's evergreen, it's out there. Once you publish it, your information's out there. You never know. 4 years down the road, somebody says, "Hey, I heard you on that podcast and I had to come check your company out and see what you guys do. I want to know more." As Zara was sharing, it's SEO enabled, and today you have to pay attention to GEO or AEO, which is the generative engines like ChatGPT. Yes, you want to be findable on Google, but what do people find when they search your company, your brand, or your name on ChatGPT or Google Gemini? That's just as important. Publishing a podcast builds more content. More content on the web means all of these tools find more about you more easily. I've spent several years trying to separate me from the WWE wrestler Shawn Michaels, who was famous in the 80s and 90s. I still get people say, "Oh, like the wrestler." And I'm like, "No, I'm not in wrestling." But that's the bonus, is that content's always out there, building your presence, building your notoriety, and opening more doors. Cold outreach, you get a lot of doors slammed in your face. But having an influencer, somebody who can speak more to your clients, your base, will boost you as well. But there's a catch. Don't put too many experts on your show. You want your listeners to see you as the prime expert who brings other experts. There's some podcasters who have done too much of other experts, and their audience is like, "Oh yeah, he's great. He brings all these experts," but they don't see you. It moves you out of the noise of competing on price and puts you in the authority lane. It warms up your brand, makes your leadership clearer, and it builds your growth pipeline stronger. So real quickly, I work with high achievers, SEO or CEOs, too many EOs, CEOs, leaders, directors who look successful on paper, but inside they're still wrestling with imposter thoughts or feeling like if they let off the gas, everybody will find out the truth. They've built the business, earned respect, but under pressure, they revert to the old ways, overthinking, second guessing, taking too long on decisions. Their momentum fades away. Most of us have been told, you need more strategy, you need more hustle. But the reality is that's building your house on shaky ground. What I work with is your identity, your core, your foundation, your self-concept, the beliefs you have about yourself that says, "I'm not sure if I'm enough. Are they listening to me?" Because if you don't fix that, you sabotage. Even the best strategies and the best plans will be sabotaged. That's why I created the Real Mastery Identity Reframe Intensive. It's a 6-week program that helps founders, consultants, coaches, entrepreneurs who are ready to stop chasing confidence and start embodying alignment. In 42 days, we're going to work through 4 shifts. The first is reframe the identity. Call out those imposter syndrome thoughts or those imposter thoughts for what they are, lies. They're not who you are. Then we look at your strengths. How can you embody the strengths? Everybody has strengths. You didn't get to that CEO title, or you didn't start that company or launch out as an entrepreneur because you don't have strengths. You have strengths. So we just help you reframe that and bring those more into the forefront. And we build it as a psychological habit or physiological habit, not just some mental trick. Then it's about aligning with purpose. Colm mentioned how he aligned with Cyrus because they have shared values. If you know your values and your purpose, then you can act from those values and purpose. Burnout is non-existent. There is no such thing. Burnout comes because you're doing the wrong things on the wrong things. And finally, this is my favorite part, leverage support. No man is an island or woman. We work better together. So we're looking at tracking execution as a group, measuring progress, building the accountability into identity, building relationships that will last well into the future. You know, you can call up Cyrus and say, hey, Cyrus, you know, hey, I'm got this problem. I need some consultation. Here's the promise. You'll walk away with clarity in one sentence about who you are. You'll have a 30-second power cue that helps flip confidence on command, and a tangible win shipped within that 6 weeks. Deal closed, launch finish, a decision made, or I'll continue working with you till you do. The bottom line, your results will never consistently rise above your self-concept. That's your ceiling. Wherever you're finding yourself hitting the top, that's because you haven't updated in here. When you shift identity, execution becomes automatic.
And,
That's what the intensive delivers.
Sean, I know you said to us earlier that you have to leave a little bit. You're in a rush and you have to leave. But can you please a little bit expand on that bit, where it's a famous saying in business that your level of success can never exceed your knowledge and strategy level. Okay, so sometimes people call it ignorance tax, right?
Yeah.
So it's can you please expand on that a little bit?
Well, this is the third, just like a good stool. You can't have a stool, it won't stand up on two legs. You named two, right? You said strategy and knowledge. You need the third leg, your identity. Who do you believe you are? If that's not right, your stool falls over. That's why very successful people, I was talking to someone, she's done like in-person events where she's coaching and teaching, has no problem. This modern shift to this live room, she freezes. It's like, I don't know. I'm like, you do great in person. Like, you should be able to do great. So there's a limit. I've seen it in my own wife. She is powerful. She's strong, but put her in certain situations and it all disappears. It crumbles under pressure. Everybody faces this. Entrepreneurs, coaches, founders, CEOs, even the president of countries. They all, in their darkest moments, go, if they really knew who I am.
So, Sean, just to be clear, you mentioned knowledge.
So it's knowledge, strategy, as you shared. The third leg,
identity,
is your identity. Who do you believe you are? You only need three. There's three.
There's three. There's three only. Okay,
there's
so
three
I'm gonna
legs.
write them on the screen.
My program is 4 channels.
Yeah.
Reframe your identity, embody your own strengths, align with your values and purpose, and leverage support. Especially in the role of CEO and founders, they feel alone. Like, who do I talk to? I can't talk to my employees. If they found out that I'm doubting myself, they'd be like, mutiny. So those are the 4 legs of my program. Reframe identity, embody your strengths, align with your purpose, leverage support. But
excellent.
Overall, as a human being, as a successful business person, you need the 3 legs: knowledge, strategy, identity. Your stool will stand.
I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Well, you know what? I was actually thinking about Shawn Michaels' strategy from a visual point of perspective. You've seen the pyramids, and you've seen the way they can be built. Some of them, I believe, are built like, with 4 walls, like 4 corners coming all the way up to one point. But there are 4 of them. But then there's also the pyramid with only 3 walls. So kind of like as if you have the 3 stools, just like you indicated right there, coming all the way up to one point. Which is kind of, and the stools actually can also be a representative of the pyramids as well, and their shape. But that aligns very nicely with what, visually, very nicely with what Sean Michael has been talking about, as well as I really like what he's talking about, because I can also apply this to climbing a mountain, altitude. You can gain more altitude when you have more equipment, more knowledge, and everything. But it's not enough to just have to have the equipment and the knowledge, but you've also got to have the what was it, Sean Michael? What was the third thing? The third pillar. Knowledge, knowledge, strategy, identity. You've got to have identity, and identity means, I think that is the confidence in order to climb up, and or the attitude. You got to have the attitude to gain the altitude that you need to reach. Right? I do not know if you see that, but that's me.
Well, yes, and calm. I would say you got to make sure you're climbing the right mountain.
So as they say, when you are on the wrong path, running towards your goal can only make things worse, right? It gets you further away from your goal. Did you want to add something to that, Sean?
Well, I was going to say, if you want a fourth, like the 3 minimum, as we said, knowledge, strategy, identity, here's your fourth. You kind of hinted at it, Cyrus. Action.
Yeah.
Right. One of my mentors, there's an old saying we heard when we were young: knowledge is power. And my mentor said, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is a potential power. It's like a battery. There's power, but until you connect it to something and put it into action, it's useless. The same thing with our knowledge. So knowledge, strategy, identity. Here's the thing. You get identity right, action's automatic.
Oh, yeah. That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Right? If I say I'm a podcaster who posts daily, if I believe that I'm a podcaster who shares my knowledge every day, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to record my podcast every day. I'm not going to go, oh, I don't feel like it today.
No,
Because my identity.
Zara, what do you think about this? Yeah. What do you think, Zara? That was fantastic.
Do it again, Sean Michael. I want to see Zara live.
I don't feel like it today.
No, but Carl, I'm a teacher, and I hear some of my students say this. But Sean, we know you have to go now because you've run over.
Okay. Yeah, but I got a mic drop.
Oh, okay.
Knowledge without action is trivia. Strategy without action is procrastination. Identity without action is fantasy.
Wow.
Woo!
Wow. Guys, those of you who are watching us on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and Readers TV, thank you so much for watching us and following the show. This is why we brought Sean Michael. This is why we bring Sean Michael to our show constantly. Why? Because he's done it. He's gone through the pain. He just doesn't want you to go through the same pain. Because if you suffer with lack of knowledge, you can read, you can learn, you can watch YouTube videos. But if you don't have a strategy, and you haven't got your identity right yet, right? You haven't figured it out yet. And if you don't take action, what's the point of all of that knowledge? So that basically reiterates what I was saying at the beginning of the show. If knowledge was enough for running businesses, books would be business people, right? Books would be running businesses. So a CEO would come to work, and at the beginning of the shift at 9 a.m., he or she would put a book on the table and say, "Hey, book, run my business." So knowledge is not going to run your business. You have to get knowledge right. You have to get strategy right. You have to get identity right. You have to take the right action, timely action. I don't think Zara just posts willy-nilly. She has like this witchcraft, I don't know, voodoo post at this 9:05 or 6 minutes past the hour kind of strategy, because she studies that. She studies the. I know I'm exaggerating here, but she studies when is
No,
it
you're not.
when is it that the community watches the show and is actually at its highest. That's why she posts then. So Sean, what did you want to say? Sorry. Oh, Sean said goodbye. Okay. So guys, now we have one more point to talk about, right? And then after that, we'll bring the show to an end. We will be talking about the remainder of the points or remaining parts of the show, and remaining points about 10 ways podcasting makes a business owner's job easy and stress-free in the next session. Okay. Now I'm gonna talk about another thing that annoys CEOs and the podcasting can help with. CEOs and business owners keep saying weak customer engagement is the bane of their life, right? So they post, they regularly post, they research, they sometimes pay for the posts, right? But they're still not getting the engagement that they are after. Customers often don't feel emotionally connected to their brands. That is painful to watch, by the way. That is a painful thing to hear from people. My heart and soul goes to you guys who actually are suffering with this. It is not easy. I've suffered with it myself, and I still sometimes suffer with it myself to this day. It's not easy to pour your heart and soul into a post or into a video. You work on it, spend on it, and create whatever material you create and still not get the results. Podcasts build intimacy. Okay, so you need to be intimate with the mind and soul of the customer. Please go ahead,
Cyrus. I think a lot of people, the problem is when you think of like office culture or CEO culture, when a podcast shapes the culture, the company culture. Because if I am going to buy from a particular individual, let's just say, and I create a podcast, I improve the culture that's around me. I improve how my staff see me. I improve how the customers see me. Earlier on, you spoke about likability and relatability. When you are a CEO who has a podcast, a lot of people feel you're more approachable. You're not just someone who has a suit and sits in an office. Someone who has the courage enough to say, this is my business and this is my brand. And I think when you are a CEO and you have a podcast, you are visible to not only just your employees, you're visible to the world that you're trying to sell to, and it improves your customers. So likability and relatability is something you said earlier, but I just thought I'd add on the whole idea of the culture found within the companies. So how the company's culture is shaped by the CEO, because when a CEO has a podcast, they become more likable, more relatable, because they're not just sitting in the office, they're actually reaching out. But that's my point. I've made it now. Thank you very much for giving me the mic. Your turn. Cyrus, we can't hear you.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I was talking to myself.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Zara. This is Zara Camp, the CEO of ZaraPod and the collaborative director of Whisperboy.com. continuing what you were saying, and thanks so much for making that fantastic point as well. Culture. Okay, it's all about the culture. What kind of culture have you founded? Right. Always ask yourself that. If the engagement is low, the culture that I've created is not fostering engagement. Okay, so you need to be fostering engagement. Podcasts build intimacy, so listeners feel like they know the CEO, and when people feel like they know you, they respect you, and when they respect you, they trust you. People can't trust you if they don't know you, and if they don't know you, they can't trust you. How can you trust something you don't know and you don't know anything about, right? So be in the head at all times by creating a podcast for your business, right? So listeners feel like they know the CEO, which and that strengthens loyalty. Don't ask me how. That's how it happens, right? So if they know you, if they constantly in the eyes, so you're always on the top of the mind, right? So if you are constantly in their ears or before their eyes, they always remember you. Okay, so yeah, always remember you. So now, guys, I know how difficult it is to run the show on your own. You do not have to run the show on your own. Please do not feel alone in that operation that you are running. If you feel like kind of strained and emotionally strained, or you feel exhausted and you don't feel the energy to create a podcast, please hire someone like Zara Camp, and she will help you achieve the goal that you are after. Nobody wants their business to fail. Okay, please do not let your lack of time or lack of energy result in poor statistics and poor sales results and poor performance for your company, right? Now you know creating a podcast is going to be helpful to you and it's going to be beneficial to you, right? So don't wait. One of the characteristics of unsuccessful people is waiting around. Okay, please do not wait. Waiting does not help you. Okay, helping does not help you. If helping resulted in running a business, everyone standing at the bus stop would be running a business because waiting at a bus stop or at a train station or at an airport does not result in running a business. Okay, so success will not come to you. You drive towards that point, and it's not a destination. It's a journey. You go from an ordinary CEO to an extraordinary CEO by creating engagement with your customers. Okay, if your business is not creating engagement, either your business is failing and people don't pay attention to it, or your business will fail later. It's an honest and brutal truth. Okay, if your business is not engaging and people are not engaging with your business, it means you're not engaging with your customers, right? But there are tactics that will help you achieve that. Talk to me, talk to Zara, and talk to people like us. We care about your business. That's how we make our money. We support businesses. So please remember, your business deserves to succeed. Okay, and you deserve to succeed. Find a way and make it happen. Right now, Calm, any closing comments? Because you've provided fantastic value to the show today, and I'm grateful for it. What would you like to add as your closing comments in 30 seconds, please?
To tell you the truth, I really don't know. I think you've said it all. Yeah, I believe you said it all. I'm good. I'm good for the time being. So I certainly appreciate the customers. I certainly appreciate the listeners, and I really appreciate those who've come along. And I hope that there are more, listeners come in and give us their, their edicts. What has actually happened to them when they've attempted to what do you call it, do a podcast. Come share. Let's all learn together and understand. If possible, get in touch with Zara and Cyrus. Voice your concerns and voice your, voice your, whether you want to come onto the show or not. That would be a great thing, because, like I said, my dad used to tell me, asking questions is something you got to be doing, because if you do not know, then ask questions. If you don't know, ask questions. Just beat it into my head. Ask questions if you don't know. So I listen and then I ask questions. That's pretty much what I do. But you can do the same thing. You can come on board, ask your questions. Zara and Cyrus are excellent listeners, and they're also authority figures as well in podcasting.
Thank you so much, Carl. Thank you. And I'm really proud of you for doing what you do in your daily life, and on top of that, and alongside your traditional job, you are now
Yes.
podcasting and with your solo right now, and also with your guest appearances on LinkedIn. I've never ever heard anyone saying anything about you performing poorly or not being able to deliver, and that's what really makes you extra special, because you pour your heart and soul into what you say and the value that you add. And I am looking forward to working with you in the future episodes as well. And I just want to say, you could be anywhere, but you chose to be with us. You could be doing anything, but you chose to add value to our viewers and customers. Thank you, Carl. You're fantastic. Thank you.
Just like I said before, and you also know about this, not only do you offer the best to the best from the best, but I in turn look to work for the best and with the best about the best.
Thank you so much.
And that also pertains to Zara as well.
Absolutely.
So,
speaking of Zara, we're going to be hearing from Zara now. Zara, any closing comments about today's topic, which was helping CEOs really with podcasting?
I think a podcast leaves a long-lasting impression. You can hand your CV in and it will get trashed, maybe not, depending. But when you are podcasting, you are leaving a lasting impression. Instead of handing a CV, or let's take it this way. When you are a CEO and you have your own podcast, you are building likability. You are showing courage to not only your workers, but to your customers. It's very important to be visible. When it comes to podcasting, your company is visible because of your authenticity. So my advice is to any CEO, any B2B business who's listening, remember, leave a lasting impression with your voice. Make sure that you are building your brand through podcasting, because podcasting is not just handing a piece of paper. It's showing people that you are not just your title, that you are more than just a piece of paper. So like earlier on, Cyrus spoke about the 5 points. I think visibility, impressions, likability, adaptability, I guess to some degree, and repurposing. Like Cyrus also mentioned before, I do a lot of, I don't post just randomly. There is a strategy behind it. And the strategy is, there is a reason behind the madness. If you're going to post, if you're going to become, when you do become a podcaster, you will see that a lot of your CEO will come from the fact that you are more visible online. Create your digital fingerprint, create your digital footprint so your company grows and your workers, those that you employ, stand with you. Be courageous, just as we are. Become a podcaster, and come and find us, guys. God, my language is gone. There you go, Cyrus. The floor is yours. 30 seconds is done.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Zara, you're fantastic. Thank you.
So, gone.
I think so.
Okay.
His network may have failed, but okay. I hope it comes back. So one of the businesses that really has impressed us is oh yes, Calm is back. Welcome back, Calm. So one of the businesses that really impressed us recently is Amino. Coffee.
Amino Cafe, my favorite coffee
Yes.
shop.
Yeah. Just can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So check this out. The coffee shop is one of the best I've seen. The member staff are really helpful, friendly, and they are located in Kettering, the United Kingdom. And you have to go to the shop to understand what I'm describing here. They are helpful, they are friendly. The products that they create is top notch, really. The cookies, the drinks. Zara, what was your experience with them?
I go there a lot.
I'm not surprised.
They're very friendly. They're very, very friendly people, and even the owners are very, very genuine. They work with the staff. They're very friendly towards their own staff, and the drinks are superb. They are the first people to bring matcha into Kettering, and we love them for it. So it's very, very good.
What was it like? What was that drink like? That matcha thing?
Oh my god, it was superb. I couldn't drink it all. It was. I had a lot anyway before that, but even the fact that they have like a water tower thing with lime inside it and ice inside it.
Oh yeah.
You know, and when you have your espresso, they provide you with water with it, ice cold water. So yeah,
Yes,
guys, go.
Yeah, definitely visit Amino's coffee and just go for the experience, because the way they treat customers is fantastic. They give you a memorable experience instead of just a cake or a coffee, because a cake or a coffee can be found anywhere really. But in this cafe, they give you an experience. Do you remember when we talked about differentiation factor? They are applying it from the morning until the evening when they close the cafe. So they apply that differentiation factor successfully. Now, Zara, it's your time to shine again. Whisperboy products.
So guys, go on to www.whisperboy.com and I'm going to go through the different packs that we have available. So podcastologists produce podcasters, and the production package is this. You will have the starter pack, the starter package, which is one episode. So your music, your sound effects, your editing quality, your branding consultation is covered, and that's basic branding advice. Now, when you think of wanting a podcast, make sure that you have the people to stand with you, at least for 5 episodes. The reason I'm saying is because of this. You have the comprehensive editing, which is the advanced sound engineer, the enhancing audio part, and the most important thing, the domain and the website. If you look at one episode, there is not that service of domain and website. Now, the consultation for creating a professional podcast, the website with the essential features, covers the 5-episode package, which to me makes more sense than getting the first one, because the first one gives you, yes, an opportunity to speak for, an episode, and it's yours. You own the episode, but you need to have the update of your website, the update of your domain. If you don't have one, then we go through that with you. The last one is the premium package, which is 10 episodes. That includes marketing strategies, the in-depth consultation on marketing strategies. So, for example, content creation, repurposing, how to read the algorithm on TikTok, on Instagram, on Substack, on Spotify, for example. It can be anything that's related to the
SEO
market.
as well.
Yes. So become visible using content creation and audience engagement. So maximize your reach and your audience growth. Then you have the monetization advice. We will teach you how to make money from your podcast. So that doesn't come with the package of 5 episodes, but with the 10. So you'll be able to make money from podcasting. The last one is the promotion. So you will have 10 promotional sessions on LinkedIn. And this is necessary because you need to make sure that you're covering a platform like LinkedIn. The type of people on LinkedIn is different to the type of people on TikTok. And in order for you to be able to expand and extend your business, you need to make sure that you're visible on every single platform. So that's episode number 10, guys.
That's amazing. And thank you, Zara, for that fantastic explanation. Also, guys, you will have the opportunity to end up on our top 10 lists. We're going to show you the top 10 list. That's where thousands of people go every month.
Vote for me. Vote for me. Vote for me. I'm not number 1 yet.
You're desperate for votes, aren't you?
Can't vote for me. No, he's number 1.
Oh, she's desperate for votes now. Vote for me. Vote for me.
I'll vote for myself if I have to.
So this is the chart. Yeah, okay, guys, vote for her. She's on 19 now. I'm on 22. So
Yeah. Definitely let her stay away from the temptation of voting for herself.
Zara, do you vote for yourself? Honestly, do you do that?
Yes, obviously. If I don't love myself, who will love me? I vote for myself for everything. It's like 10 of them.
Stop the show.
No, I don't. No, I do not vote for myself. No, I get my family and my friends to.
Calm. I think we need to take that bit out, right?
Yes, definitely.
It is. No, vote for the last. What was it, the podcaster that you made famous? The writer Esther Wangari. Vote for Esther Wangari and bring her up,
vote
guys.
for her,
Please.
absolutely.
Vote for her. It's
She's
very
from
important to be
Kenya.
on the top 10 because, as Cyrus has mentioned before, being on the top 10 will increase your visibility. And that is very necessary because you need to try and get your name into as many platforms as possible. And Whisper Boy, we have over 10,000 visitors per day. Is it per day?
No, it's
Around-
around that amount across all platforms, but on the Whisper Boy only, it's around less than 11,000 per 30 days per month.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
That's only.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my God. Definitely. I think you gotta remove that one from there too.
I know.
It was a joke. I'm joking, Cyrus. I'm joking.
No, don't worry, Zara. We will replace you with AI. I think we have to do that. Guys, no, we're not gonna. No, listen, we're not.
Intelligence is definitely.
No, we're not gonna.
Way up there.
No, we're not going to do that. Joking aside, if we remove her and replace her with AI, who's going to help the businesses create podcasts? AI is going to do that. I don't think so.
Oh, God.
Lots of CEOs are going to be unhappy about that. No, she's look at the background behind her, right? The show is called. The show is called what? Sorry, the show is called.
With Zara.
Spotlight podcast with Cyrus and Zara, right? So, so she's an inseparable part of the show. And joking aside, if it wasn't for the help that Zara provides to new podcasters, the ones that don't have the confidence to create their own podcast or drive the podcast forward, push the podcast forward, they wouldn't be able to do so, right? So, we are grateful for the hard work that you are doing for Whisper Boy and for Zara Pod, and we're just looking for a way to just copy and paste you. If I only had another 9 people like you, every CEO,
25-hour days, right?
Every CEO in the world would be queuing for having you on their side. Okay, so and honestly, every CEO who cares about the business wants someone like Zara on their podcast and on their business. So guys, thank you so much for watching the show so far. And Sasha just left a message for you, Zara. That's gonna melt your heart.
Thank you, Sasha. I appreciate it. See,
and he has a question for you. He has a question for you as well.
Oh, podcasting.
Podcasting is the answer.
Podcasting. We're podcasting.
Absolutely.
Bringing in ideas. So, Calm, thank you so much for joining us today. Sean, thank you so much for joining us today. You're very welcome. It's remarkable when you are a podcaster. Sometimes you have to have, there's things that you have to speak about, and having Spotlight gives you guys the opportunity to understand what podcasting really is and what podcastologists really do, because I think the majority of people don't really have an idea of the importance of podcasting in this day and age. So having a show like this, Spotlight, gives you the ability to understand and see that. So guys, thank you so much for having us and listening to having us. It's not your house. Anyway, thank you very much, guys, for having us this evening. We appreciate it. Thank you, Cal. Thank you, Carl.
I think she made up the words podcastologist.
No, it's not. It's in Urban Dictionary.
That's our own brand, podcastologist.com.
Yes.
And
it's her own brand. So
yes.
she made it up.
Yeah. No, it didn't. I mean, it is a made-up word. It is a made-up word, but Zara didn't make it up. It's already. It's. If you look at it, all words are made up at some point, right? And
sorry, Zara. Cyrus can't dig himself out of this one.
I was talking to Zara the other day about arranged marriages, and I was telling Zara, if you look at it, all marriages are arranged in a way. So one way or another, all marriages are arranged. Okay, sometimes it is arranged for you. Sometimes you arrange it yourself. Now, the same thing happens to your business. Please remember.
Yes.
Either you dictate that to your business,
yes,
or your business. Either you drive the business, or the business will drive you mad. Right. So, please remember, you and your business deserve to succeed. Okay, and that's what we want to see on this show. And definitely, yes, Sasha from Wales is saying, okay, nice. We'll join you at some point. We're looking forward to that, Sasha. And thank you so much for joining us from the UK, from Wales. I'd like to thank Calm. Thank you so much for joining us from Victorville, California, the United States. Zara,
no problem, sir.
Zara Camp, thank you so much for joining us from Kettering, the United Kingdom. And I'd like to congratulate myself for being the luckiest guy, on this planet for having you guys. Okay, so yes. Congratulations to me. Now, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching the show, everybody, on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. See you guys in the next one. We're going to continue this episode in the next one. Thank you. Take care. See you soon.
Guys,
go on. Sorry.
I hope your audience will actually consider calling you the coordinator.
Calling me or Zara?
They're calling you. We've got Cool, Calm, Collect. Yeah, we've got Cool.
Cool, Calm, Collected.
Cool. Yeah. Then we've got Collector, and that's Zara. Now you're going to be whom?
I'm gonna be the coordinator, because Cool, Calm, and Collected are there.
Yeah, you go.
Absolutely. That's brilliant. Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next episode. Take good care of yourself.